What's up, comic book fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast coming at you with another action figure review. This time I'm taking a look at the Hasbro 12-inch Marvel Titan Hero Series action figure of the Black Suit Spider-Man. I am a fan of these numerous Spider-Man Titan Hero Series figures with all of the various costumes throughout Spider-Man's history, so let's take a closer look at the packaging details here. It says Black Suit Spider-Man on the front. This is a Blast Gear compatible figure. On this side, we get some really cool artwork of Spider-Man, and on the opposite side, we get a diagram of the Blast Gear accessory. And on the back, we get a brief bio of Spider-Man in 5 different languages. Here is a close-up of that biography. If you'd like to read this, pause the video and do so now. I doubt that most people who buy this figure will want to keep it in the packaging, but nonetheless, I think that the design is attractive. And it does come with a clear plastic window. And with all that being said, now it's time to bust this figure out of the package and see what's inside. Here is the figure free of the outer packaging, but still bound to the inner cardboard. This figure is Blast Gear compatible. Now, that does not mean that it comes with the Blast Gear accessory. However, I did do a review on the Blast Gear Spider-Man. If you'd like to know more about this accessory, I will put a link in the description below for you to see that review. And make sure to check out the rest of my Titan Hero Series playlist. And here we see Spider-Man out of the package and ready to rumble. As a collector piece, there are certainly better Spider-Man figures on the market. However, I still think that there are a lot of things to like about these Titan Hero Series figures, especially as toys. So let's take a closer look at the loose details of this figure now. Let's start with a look at the lower body. And obviously, in terms of coloring, this is very basic. It's a single color because that is the costume being represented here. However, there is a lot to like in terms of sculpting. You can see that back here in the hamstrings. There's some detail here in the ankles. The sculpting on the quadriceps is excellent. And I also appreciate that whenever a company has to put stamps on the figure, that it does so in a place where it's not noticeable. So I really have no complaints about the legs. Now we'll take a look at the torso. And overall, I think the mold could have been a little bit leaner. It doesn't quite match the limbs. I'm also not a huge fan of this particular spider symbol. The top edges on the body look more like a bat than a spider. In terms of the back here, once again, there is this port. As a collector, I am definitely not a fan of these. However, that's where the Blast Gear accessory ports into the figure. One other symbol detail that as a collector this bothers me, I'm sure a kid would not care. If you look at it up close, you can see where the body has been overlaid on the legs, and you can actually see the edges, so it doesn't look like one cohesive symbol. However, I can see what Hasbro was going for here, and I do think that they hit their mark. Now let's take a look at the arms, and I do like the musculature on these. There's plenty of good sculpting here on the hands. You can see the individual fingers. You can see some definition here in the biceps and triceps, even some definition up here on the deltoids. As you can see, the figure comes with a web shooting hand, aka a thwipping hand. And once again, you can see that there's good definition on the fingers. And this certainly feels like a very durable action figure. Now we'll have a look at the head sculpt, and it's certainly a mixed bag. I do like this glossy black that's used for the figure. However, the lenses are just paint. They're also a little undersized, and there's no sculpting around the edges. So I certainly feel like Hasbro could have done a better job there. There is a little bit of definition to suggest a nose and a chin, although the chin is overly pointy. I've seen better efforts from Hasbro when it comes to Spider-Man Titan Hero Series head sculpts. In terms of articulation, once again, there are no knee or elbow joints. You can get the figure to do a full split, and the legs also rotate outward like this, so that does give you posing options. You can get the figure to kick forward that much, although he does not step back. That's an area where I think Hasbro can certainly improve the hip joints. The torso has no articulation, however, each of the wrists rotates well, as you can see demonstrated here. Hasbro has improved significantly on their Titan Hero Series shoulder joints over the years. Here's a look at the full wingspan, and you can do a 360-degree rotation. On this particular figure, the neck joint does not move smoothly, although I can get the figure to look side to side. There's a minor amount of movement upward, some moderate movement down, and there is some head tilting, so I am certainly appreciative of that. I certainly hope you enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for some articulation shots, and also remember to check out all of my Titan Hero Series reviews right here on YouTube. And I'll be back with more comic book related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.